Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Judith. Today I'm going to do some baby octopus in tomato sauce. So first thing to do, we are going to cut up our octopus. So what we want to do is cut the head off. And we're going to cut the head in half. And these have already been cleaned, obviously. I do buy them frozen. It is very difficult to find fresh octopus. And then we're just going to cut these in half. And they are baby octopus. If you're using a larger octopus, the cooking time will be much longer. Just because you do need to tenderize them. And just double check that the beaks are removed and the head sacs are empty. Now, I'm not usually a fan of the head. I'm going to cut that bit off because it feels rather cartilaginous. Cartilaginous? I don't know. But for this, because it's tomato sauce, it should be okay. I'll let you know after dinner. Just make sure there's, like I say, make sure it's all cleaned in there. Now, if your octopuses are on the large side, you can cut the bodies into quarters rather than halves. But for ours today, I think halves are just fine. So we've got our pan on a fairly high heat, and we're going to add some olive oil, quite a lot of olive oil, and then we're going to add 3 cloves of garlic, and half a red onion sliced. I'm going to have about 2-3 tablespoons of chopped flat leaf parsley. That's sizzling really good. And then we're going to put in our octopus. As tempting as it is, do not add any liquid. The octopus will release a lot of liquid. And that is what we want. So I'm just going to put the lid on and let our octopus do its thing for about 10 minutes. Right, at the 3-minute mark, our pan is bubbling really well, and actually the lid is rattling. You can see how much liquid our octopus have released. That's quite a lot. So we're just going to put the lid on at an angle. We're going to turn it down a tad, because we don't want to boil it dry and burn it. once we get it down to a simmer, we're going to put the lid back on and let our little octopus braise in its own juice. And we'll let it go for the rest of that 10 minutes. So it's got about 6 minutes left to go. We're going to check now to see how tender our octopus is. And it's actually really, really tender, but that's, it's baby octopus and it was frozen, which will make it more tender. I know a lot of meats get tougher with freezing, but octopus apparently being frozen tenderizes it. At this point, you could continue letting it cook until all the liquid is gone, and then add some white wine. I'm not going to add wine to mine today. Maybe a little red wine later. But now we're going to add the strained tomato. And resist the urge to rinse your jar with water and pour that in. We do not want to add any water to this. Stir. We're going to put the lid back on. We're going to bring it up to a simmer. So we're going to raise the temperature again. And then let it cook. We'll give it a taste to see if it needs salt, which is unlikely because octopus generally comes with its own note of salt. While our octopus cooks, we are going to make a lovely salad with a lot of herbs. We got some arugula and some baby spinach. Some mint leaves. We're not going to put a lot of mint in, just a little bit, because mint can tend to be overpowering. I need a light on here. Sun went away, that got a little dark. Just a few small mint leaves. Have some flat leaf parsley. Pick off some sage leaves. Not something many people put in salads, but oh, it is so yummy. Just get the little ones. I do have some fresh dill. Just gonna put a, oops, I can get hold of some here. Just a couple of little fronds of fresh dill. Again, another thing that can be overpowering if you overdo it. So just a little bit. And I have cucumber. We're gonna put some nice pieces of cucumber in. You don't want them cut really small, so they're fairly chunky, not thin slices. And I have some lovely tomatoes in a variety of colors here. We have some yellow, some orange, some red, very rustic looking ones. And make sure I get a lot of the colors. And we're just going to cut them in half. And then we're just going to make a lovely salad dressing with some lemon. Squeeze that into the dish. And some olive oil. Just a little pinch of salt. Get my little whisk. Whoops, keeps missing my finger. Just want to taste. Okay, that is nice. If you want, you could use some of the lemon zest, but I think that's lemony enough. So we'll wait to dress our salad till our dinner is ready. Alright, let's take a look. It has been simmering for some time. We're going to actually take a little taste and see if it needs salt or anything. Yeah, I think some salt. The tomato's still very sharp. Octopus is rather salty, but I used baby octopus that were frozen, so that might have changed the flavor a little bit. So that. Some of that, just pour it into my spoon. Don't want to stick the spoon back in there. Ah, that's better. Octopus is coming through much more rather than the tomato. It's still very sharp tomato flavor. So I think we are going to add some red wine. It was about maybe half a cup. Don't want a whole lot because we don't want to dilute it too much. We'll just be cooking it all night. Okay. Stir in. Okay, we're getting there. Just needs to cook that tomato flavor down a bit. It is still really sharp. I hesitate to add sugar, but we may have to do that. So we'll leave the lid off and let it cook and let the sauce thicken, and we'll check it again in a bit. I did add a little bit of raw sugar because the acidic tomato taste was just not going away. And as I say, it's all a matter of taste. Taste your sauce. Make sure it has enough salt for your taste. Make sure it's not too tart. So now we're gonna add our pasta. I have some very nice penne. I'm going to stir it in. Now if your sauce is really, really thick, keep some of the pasta water and add that to dilute it. Mine does not need that. Our last step is to add our dressing to our salad. A quick toss. So this is my version of octopus in tomato sauce. Well, it does take care to cook, but it is wonderful. And let me just stab a piece. There's my octopus right there. It's so tender, so delicious. Serve it with a lovely salad, and you have dinner in the bag. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you make this recipe. It's worth the time. I usually use frozen baby octopuses. There's an octopi. Apparently freezing them makes them more tender. But then again, I assume baby octopuses would be, or octopi, would be more tender than the larger version. Give it a thumbs up if you liked the video. Please subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll bring you some more of my attempts to make good food. Believe me, some of them fail spectacularly. I'll see you again soon with a new video.